Welcome to my latest video. Today we are travelling out to San Francisco and you're going to come along with us. So let's cue the intro. If you like the content, please remember to like and share. And click subscribe to get all the latest content. We're starting off at our hotel, which was the Hilton Garden Inn, and we're getting the hotel Hoppa. There's a few different routes of the hotel Hoppa, but this route picks up from a couple of hotels and takes us to Terminal 2 and 3. This costs £6.80 for a single, and it costs £12 for a return. Our flight is going from Terminal 3, where the Virgin Atlantic hub is. As you can see from the arrival here, there's no way you can miss where you need to go. On entering the terminal, there will be the check-in kiosks where you can check in if you haven't done on the app. We had done, so we went straight to the bag drop. Here's the aircraft what's taking us to San Francisco. We left it late to board to miss the queues, but once we got on the aircraft, we found the flight was only 3/4 full. This was our view from our seat in the economy class cabin, and while we're waiting to take off, here's some aircraft landing and taking off. The cabin crew announced that you could take videos on takeoff as long as you're using airplane mode, so I took full advantage, and this was our takeoff out of Heathrow, London. Once the aircraft had got up and levelled off and the seatbelt lights came off, the cabin crew came round with drinks, so I got a Sauvignon Blanc, a Coke, and they gave out some nibbles, which were gluten-free. About 1.5 hours into the flight, they came around with the lunch, and this was my wife's gluten-free meal. And this is how it compared to my standard lunch meal. I found my meal to be very tasty. The only thing I wasn't keen on was the chocolate pudding. On my wife's gluten-free meal, she found that the meal wasn't cooked fully because the rice was still hard. But my wife had picked up a cheese and tomato sandwich from Boots, so she didn't go hungry. Some photos from the toilets, in case anybody wanted to see. It was a tight squeeze in here, but it was very clean. The windows automatically tinted at times to fake nighttime, but this made it a good video through the tint to see the vapour trail from the engines. We had a little bit of turbulence on the flight. I took this video to try and show you what the turbulence was like, but I don't think it came out very well. When the turbulence stopped, they came around with ice creams. Unfortunately, there was no gluten-free ones, so this was my ice cream. Here we've got the touchscreen entertainment system, which I had a little play with to show you what it was like. This was the navigation part of the system. I also had to play with the movies and TV series side of the system, but for some reason it either didn't record or the recording didn't save. This map here kind of shows you a route where we went up to Greenland and across Canada to get to San Francisco. They came round with snacks. This was a gluten-free wrap they bought my wife, but she wasn't keen on it. It had roasted peppers in it. Eventually they brought round my snack, which was a cheese and tomato toastie. Well, say toastie, it was a soggy toastie, but it still tasted very nice. Followed by some more drinks. I think during the flight they came around about 5 or 6 times for drinks. Then they brought the afternoon tea round. This was a gluten-free option they bought my wife, which included a wrap, a OT chocolate bar, and you had a scone with cream and jam. And this was my normal afternoon tea they brought me, which consisted of a scone with jam and cream and a couple of sandwiches. In the lid of the box there's a bit of history about where afternoon tea came from and how it all started. We must be getting close now. I can see Alcatraz out the window. And here's our approach into San Francisco Airport. Here we are, just about to land. After going through all passport control and immigration and collecting our bags, we boarded the BART train, which is going to take us directly into San Francisco. This cost us about $14 each because we had to buy a Clipper card as well. I had a quick look on Uber to see what the cost was to get from the airport to San Francisco, and it was around $45. This was definitely the quickest way in for us because on this day there was a Chinese New Year parade in town as well as a NBA All-Star game. Before heading to the hotel, we popped to Mariposa, which is a 100% gluten-free bakery in the Ferry building. So we picked up some snacks for to have over the next few days. This was our hotel, the Rue Plaza, which is on Fisherman's Wharf. This was situated just literally a 5-minute walk from Pier 39. The hotel had a very nice outdoor seating area where every table had a fire pit in the middle. This hotel seemed quite popular with the cruise passengers because it seemed that half the people in the hotel was actually going to go on our cruise. As you walk in the hotel, you'll see it's got a very big lobby, and here to the left is the main reception. And just next to the main reception, you've got the bar area. This was our room 4616, which was a deluxe 2-bedroom queen room. When we booked, we had paid the lowest price we could for the room, but I did see on the paperwork somewhere where it said we'd been upgraded to a deluxe room. First impressions of the room, it's very big and spacious. There's 2 great big beds in here. There's a seating area down the bottom, as well as a desk and some cupboards and drawers in front of the TV. Right, let's have a look how much space we get in these drawers. They seem to be very large with plenty of space in them. Right, in the first cupboard here we have a safe. There's an ice bucket and some glasses. And in this cupboard we have a fridge inside. On top here we have coffee making facility. We did get a tea bag from the buffet and it also made a cup of tea. There's a large TV on the wall, and here is a desk in case you need to do any work or you needed to eat anything. There's also a lovely seating area here with 2 chairs and some tables. Here's a view out the window where you can just see the skyline above the rest of the hotel. Now let's look at the beds. These are 2 very large queen size double beds. Each side we had 2 US sockets and a USB socket. Plus there's also a telephone and an alarm clock here. You also had 2 large drawers in the bedside table, but there's only 1 set for the 2 beds. Having a feel of these beds, I'd say these are medium to firm. So let's go and check the bathroom out. As you can see, the wash basin is outside the main bathroom and toilet area. There is some hand soap on the left hand side. And you also have some plug sockets here for your savers or anything. In the wardrobe, you had plenty of hangers. You also had an ironing board plus a hairdryer. Then in the main bathroom, you had your toilet as well as the shower, which was above the bath. One thing to note with this hotel, this was actually the second room we was given, because the first room we was given was on the 3rd floor with a roadside view, and the noise through that window was terrible because it only had a single glazed window. When we moved to the second room on the 4th floor where it had a slanted roof window, that one was actually double glazed and kept out the sound a lot better, and we weren't overlooking a road. The reason we chose this hotel because this is about the only hotel in San Francisco at a reasonable price what includes the breakfast. As you can see, it's a great big buffet breakfast where you can have stuff from cereals to your muffins and pastries. There's also fruit, ham, cheese, as well as your hot stuff. There was gluten-free options available in the buffet, but you did have to be careful with the cross-contamination. They also have some gluten-free cereal, but unfortunately it was the Cheerios which have oats in, and my wife can't have oats. And here are some examples of the gluten-free food my wife had from the buffet. And here are the photos of all the stations around the buffet. Also to note that all the food around the buffet had a label, and there was also an allergy chart. So on each label they had allergy symbols to warn you what allergens were in the food. This video was to show you how we got to San Francisco and the hotel we were staying in. Obviously the buffet was filmed on a different day, but it was just to show you the hotel on the whole. To finish off our day, especially with our flight arriving early, we're going to have a look around Fisherman's Wharf and Pier 39. From Pier 39 you can see Alcatraz. And here we are walking around Pier 39, which is an outdoor shopping food area. And this was our brief snapshot of Fisherman's Wharf and Pier 39. If you like what you have seen, please give the video a like and a share. If you have any questions, please drop me a comment below. And please remember to click the subscribe button to get all the latest content. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.